The one cheerleading competition that we always looked forward to was at the Allegan County Fair. It was during fair season. It was, I think, the first Saturday of the fair week, and we were always excited. I mean, that kicked everything off. It kicked off school, it was right after school started. Fair started right after school started, so everybody was ready for football. Everybody, showed up in the stands, the guys in their jersey, because the pizza eating contest came right after that, and the football players got to compete against the other schools in that.
So going off that, like now they have like musical performers. So were you guys like the performers for the Allegan County Fair, or did they still have like?
It was. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think we did our cheers. We had a cheer that we had to do. I can't remember if we had to do more than one, but I don't remember. My senior year, I remember doing a dance routine, plus a cheer. But I don't remember if we had to do any dancing before that.
All right. You were part of the 1984 state championship in football cheerleading team. So how was it like cheering at the Silverdome?
It was amazing. It was so exciting. I remember my first memory, besides the fact that we got up very early to drive to the Silverdome, and the cheerleaders, we would make these huge signs, and we'd spend, unfortunately, a lot of classroom time, if you were a cheerleader, coloring the signs that Mr. Berza drew for us. But as we were driving, because Mr. Potts and Mrs. Brill were our coaches, and we all went in the same bus, or the same van, and we would stop along the highways when we found posts, like telephone poles or electric poles or whatever, and we would stop, and they would time us to see how long it was going to take the next two people to run off the highway, down into the ditch, get to the pole, put the sign up, and then run back into the van. And it was just a competition, so we did that all the way. We had so many signs that we had to put up along the way, so when the football team was driving along the highway, I mean, they were all, it just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. It was so cool. And then I have the first memory coming up the tunnel. And nobody else was there. It was before the game started. It was long before, and we got there and we got to go on the field first. So just to be out there with the team and the cheerleaders, and it just gives me goosebumps still to this day. It was amazing. And when you're in the dome, it's not like the whole stadium is filled.
Yeah.
But you have your group of fans there, and fans from Bloomingdale and everybody in the area. It was the first time anybody in such a small school had made it that far, and everybody decided if they can do it, we can do it. And it just ramped everybody up in the area.
Yeah, because even like the Breslin team,
Yes.
a lot of people from other schools would go and
Yes, exactly like
cheer
that.
for us.
So just knowing and seeing them, they had their school colors on, but they also had blue and orange on.
Yeah.
They wanted to see us win, and we were the underdogs the entire season. So when we kept winning and kept winning and kept winning, it was, well, nothing had ever happened like that as far as we were, knew.
And I know the 1983 team, because you won state in 1984. The 1983 team went undefeated as well, but they didn't make it to the playoffs somehow. So
It was like the point system or something.
yeah, just think if you could have gone back to back.
Right, that would have been so amazing. But I was a freshman that year, and so they only.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I don't remember if they pulled up any freshmen out of the cheerleading team at that point in time. So.
All right. Now, what was a typical practice kind of like?
Well, we spent a lot of time preparing for the upcoming game. So we would go through our cheers, we'd run through our cheers, and we spent a lot of time stretching and that kind of stuff. But we spent a lot of time preparing for games. We spent a lot of time making posters. we spent a lot of time coming up with, okay, so each cheerleader had certain players that they were responsible for, and we'd make them signs and put them on their lockers, or we'd make them something and put it on their lockers. Coming up with pep assemblies, we would practice for pep assemblies for days on end, because we had skits that we did that were unique and they were fun and they were ridiculous. So we would prepare skits and dance routines. We did all.
How long were your guys' pep assemblies? Because now we only have 1 hour to do them. So did you guys have like the whole day kind of?
No, we had 1 hour.
Only one?
Oh, well, we had about a half an hour. We had about a half an hour, but I think now, isn't it just on home games that you?
I think it's just
occasionally
for homecoming.
Just homecoming.
Yeah.
So when we had pep assemblies, there was a pep assembly for every Friday game, home or away, and they were rocking. Everybody was up, everybody was cheering, everybody was yelling with the cheerleaders as we were doing a sideline or something. Everybody knew the cheers, so everybody yelled, stomped, clapped, whatever it was. Everybody was up.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
We kind of hit on this earlier, but what would you change from our high school to make it more like your high school?
I think if I could, if there was a way to do it, I think I would kind of bottle the excitement that we had for everything and give it to you, so you would know this is how it feels and this is how it can be. And it didn't matter who anybody was, didn't matter what group anybody was in, didn't matter who they were friends with, it didn't matter. Everybody joined in, and it was just normal. Nobody was embarrassed to get up and yell or scream or stomp or cheer for anybody. And if I could bottle that and give that to you just so you could say this is the way it could be, it set us apart.
Yeah, because now, like, during basketball season, for like the girls, we wouldn't have a cheering section like the whole year. But then once we had the first one, it just kept like building.
Yes.
But once we got like over that hump of like no one wanting to cheer, then it like finally like kicked off, and we had like a lot of school spirit.
And think about taking that and moving it to the front of your season.
It could just get like.
It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets more rowdy and more exciting. People are yelling louder by the end, right? Like everybody knew how to win. Even if we didn't win, we still knew how to win, So, yeah, just take that. Although we didn't wear costumes like, sometimes you guys do. You have hot dog costumes and, I don't remember anybody having a cape. People might have had capes or things like that, but everybody was just in blue and orange. And
did you ever have anybody in the tiger mascot?
My dad was the mascot. Mr. Johnson was the mascot. And he had a really heavy, bulky paper mache, a great big paper mache head that was on, like he would strap on with leather straps to keep it, metal, paper mache and leather straps that he would have to put on underneath the uniform. And he was the mascot. He was the best mascot.
He's actually featured in the
Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Hall of Fame now.
Yes. Yes. So that was fun. Have my dad out on the field too while I was cheering. And he's, as the tiger, he's chasing his tail in the end zone, and he's laying down in the end zone, and he's waving the tigers on, like down here, come down here. He shook hands with everybody, even the opponent, until, the opponents decided they would knock him down and tear the costume, things like that. But yeah, he was a great mascot.
That's all we got.